Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the results of the poll are finally in. When did you buy XRP during the cycle ending in late 2017, 2018? Guys, that got 43.4%. So apparently, I don't know if I would consider these all my viewers, but definitely people that saw this poll on Twitter in 2021. So that was the last cycle, and that was about 34.7%. Those were the people that pretty much just bought right before the XRP lawsuit came into play. And during this cycle, 2022 till now, 21.9%. That's an interesting distribution. I'm guessing a lot of people still are holding their XRP from 2017, 2018, thinking that XRP was going to go to exorbitant prices, $589, $10,000 per coin, whatever it is. Currently, unfortunately for us, XRP is still sitting in and around $2.89. We did see a bit of a drawdown, but guys, XRP has done really, really well pretty much since last November. And I wanted to put out this poll because I really kind of wanted to gauge where you guys are at in terms of, maybe what price you bought at and, what your expectations are for price moving forward. I think a lot of us are going to have different expectations just based on maybe where we cost average down at. For me personally, I cost averaged down a lot of my XRP once it hit 11 cents, and my cost average ended up being somewhere in and around 17 and a half, I believe. 17, it was down and around here, March 2020. I remember the GOAT, Rob Art, was saying XRP was going to come down to 11 cents, and sure enough, it did. He got a lot of hate for that at that time, but sure enough, it did go down to 11 cents, and the rest is history. I cost average somewhere in and around, somewhere in and around there. I purchased a lot of my XRP at this point. And so, I've been through a few bull runs. The first time I purchased XRP was in and around here. I believe it was this shelf in here, and it was somewhere in and around 74 cents, give or take. I saw it go up, and then I saw a big loss on my investment. And I tried to cost average down when I thought the market was going to calm down. But then sure enough, we just kept going lower and lower. All this to say, guys, we're all in it together, and we need to keep our expectations level-headed. You can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for my insight for this particular bull run. I have reduced prices. It is only $5 a month for a limited time, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock in to that price. We don't want to round trip our XRP this time, right? Follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for more information on that. Wrath of Kahneman guys posting this. Architect Partners in their coverage of M&As discuss the Ripple and Rail acquisition. So Wrath of Kahneman did notice this. The Architect Insights M&A alert. They're targeting Rail. Again, the buyer was Ripple. Give some detailed information just about the transaction there regarding the targeted company and the buying company, and then the transaction perimeters. One of the things that the Wrath of Kahneman does notice here, Architect Partners observations, 2025 is the year of stablecoins. So I think that speaks for itself. We are seeing stablecoin adoption. We are seeing more regulation surrounding stablecoins, and so stablecoins are just going to become more prevalent, I think, by Q4 of 2025 and definitely into the future. The passing of the Genius Act has finally opened regulations, and major traditional financial players such as Standard Chartered, Bank of America, and Citigroup are already moving in. That gives firms like Ripple roughly a 12 to 18 month head start to lock in market share before the large banks can fully compete. So this does actually give Ripple a bit of a leg up. Ripple's recent deal focuses on pushing its stablecoin, the RLUSD, into as many distribution channels as possible. The company's $1.25 billion acquisition of Hidden Road created an immediate beachhead in traditional finance by onboarding more than 300 institutional clients and laying the groundwork to tokenize conventional financial products ahead of incumbents. And the follow-on acquisition of Rail extends that strategy. Rail already routes about 10% of all on-chain stablecoin flows for exchanges, PSPs, and corporates, giving RLUSD a meaningful boost in distribution. The deal also provides the front-end payment plumbing that complements the liquidity pipes supplied by Hidden Road. Finally, Rail's FINRAC, MSB registrations, and Canadian bank relationships expand RLUSD's geographic location, dovetailing with Ripple's more than 50 U.S. money transmitter licenses to reduce single jurisdiction risk and smooth north-south corridors. So looking at the U.S.-Canada relationship there, moving money across borders and doing business has always been part of our national fabric. So this is a great observation. I want to see this being rolled out at scale. Eventually that will get, of course, XRP price up if the RLUSD is being utilized at scale. The CME group also just came out with this. Our crypto future suite just surpassed $30 billion in notional open interest for the first time ever, guys. Our Solana and XRP futures futures along with Ethereum options both crossed, or rather each crossed $1 billion in OI, with XRP being the fastest ever contract to do so. XRP, guys, hitting it out of the park, hitting the mark in just over 3 months. This is a huge sign of market maturity with new capital entering the market. CME Group, guys, traditional finance is noticing there is a huge interest for XRP. XRP specifically. I mean, they do mention Solana and Ethereum, but XRP knocked it out of the park. Michael Branch with this article regarding the same. According to the Chicago-based trading behemoth CME Group, XRP futures are the fastest ever to surpass $1 billion in open interest. This comes shortly after the red-hot product also logged a new record high in numbers for contracts. CME's cryptocurrency futures have now surpassed a total of $30 billion in open interest for the first time. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two largest cryptos, have recorded $16 billion and $10.5 respectively. After initially introducing regulated Bitcoin futures in late 2017, CME has emerged as a major player on the crypto market. So Bitcoin futures have been available for a while, but this, guys, is a huge sign that crypto is becoming mainstream and that we are going to see more crypto adoption moving forward. And even though we have been seeing a bearish move for crypto, guys, this is all temporary. When we do look at the broader pictures, when we do look at what's actually happening in the space with the real world adoption, we should be very, very excited. Dom here commenting on Circle stock price. Earlier in June, he stated that the inevitable rate cuts would be very bearish for stablecoin issuers like Circle. And sure enough, if we bring up the Circle chart here, and I'm recording this before the markets are opening, but this is the Circle, the Circle stock chart. We know that they just launched their IPO back in June. When was it there? I think it was like early June. Yeah, early June. And we did see it skyrocket. We did see it go up almost to $300 per share. Of course, now Circle has gone back down to about $125 per share. But, this is symptomatic. Usually what we see these IPOs, there's a lot of excitement. Here's the double top, and then the excitement dies down. And this is okay. I think this is normal. What Dom is noticing, though, the rate cuts could affect this price even further. So he pointed out here, and this is the article. I'm going to link this article in the description for you. Basically, the article was Circle stock climbs, Circle quadruples IPO price as Bitcoin regains. USDC issuer Circle's share price is still climbing on the second trading day as it came within pennies of quadrupling its $31 IPO price. And so there's more information on that. Again, I will link this article in the description of the video. It's from June. But what Dom is saying here is this. Okay, Kwok added that because virtually all of Circle's revenue comes from interest earned on cash backing its stablecoins, when rates drop, which they will, Circle's revenues will fall massively. So if they're not earning as much interest, if they're not earning as much revenue on interest, I guess more accurately, we're going to see the price drop. And guys, sure enough, that is what we're seeing. So an interesting observation here from Dom Kwok. I mean, we do want to see interest rates go down so that money is cheaper to borrow. That's one part of it. We do want to see money being cheaper to borrow because we do want people to be able to borrow money at low rates so that they can invest in on-risk assets like cryptocurrencies. And that's essentially what's going to get the crypto market up and running. And that's what we're kind of all hoping for the crypto market to just kind of soar after this bearish drawdown that we're seeing and that we could in fact see throughout September. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank Dom and wanted to thank Michael Branch and of course CME Group along with the Wrath of Kahneman. And no, I'm not going to thank myself. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's keep moving along, guys, because we also have news. We heard this news last week, but SBI Japan announces their RLUSD distribution officially is going to begin, though, on March the 31st. So now we have a date, March the 31st, 2026. The commitment to regulatory clarity sets RLUSD apart from other stablecoins and provides the security that institutional partners demand. We are confident that this partnership will not only drive stablecoin adoption utility in Japan, but also set a new benchmark for the entire market. And so this is from the 22nd. But guys, now we have an official date, March the 31st. That's when we're going to see SBI Holdings officially distribute RLUSD. So it's coming, and it's coming very, very quickly. The stablecoin market is projected to get even larger as the months go on. Ripple executive predicts key trigger for a $2.5 trillion stablecoin market expansion. This courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf. Down here it says recent forecasts foresee stablecoin market valuation reaching $2.8 trillion by the year 2028. At its current valuation of nearly $3 billion, stablecoins reaching $2.8 trillion would require a $2.5 trillion market expansion. So it's only at $300 billion, guys, and they're saying it's gonna rise exponentially. According to Reese Merrick, Ripple's senior executive officer and managing director in the Middle East and Africa, he says this robust expansion is being underpinned by regulatory advancements like the Genius Act in the United States and growing fintech integration with stablecoins playing an increasingly important role in delivering stability and liquidity across volatile financial ecosystems. So he's obviously noticing this. The Ripple executive predicts that the latest wave of adoption for the stablecoin market might be driven by utility and institutional demand. I certainly do think so. I mean, the writing is on the wall there. This follows as stablecoins become a key part of global financial infrastructure. Ripple is currently making significant efforts to capture growth on the stablecoin market. In the most recent such growth, Ripple announced its partnership with SBI VC Trade, a subsidiary of SBI, to distribute RLUSD in Japan. And as I just mentioned, that is going to be happening. The official deployment is going to be happening on March the 31st, 2026. So, guys, could you imagine if we expand the stablecoin market, basically adding... Here, let's do the math on that. So that would be essentially adding, let's go 2.8 trillion. And right now it's at 3 billion. We're going to divide that by 300, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. And that would be essentially expanding the ecosystem by about 833%. That is huge. That would be a huge expansion. And think about all that utility we would eventually see on the XRP ledger. Now, adding to this, okay, SBI Group and Chainlink did just partner to bring crypto tech to Asia's financial scene. Now, before you guys get your knickers in a knot, no, it's not something we should worry about. SBI Group, I know, is already partnered with Ripple. They've been a long-time partner and they've had a long-time financial interest in Ripple since the early days. Well, now SBI Group and Chainlink will offer a host of blockchain-based tools aimed at financial institutions, starting in Japan and then the Asia Pacific under a new partnership. So guys, this was just announced. Japanese financial conglomerate SBI Group has partnered with the blockchain oracle platform Chainlink to create crypto tools for Asia's financial institutions. SBI said on Sunday that this collaboration with Chainlink will focus on a number of key use cases for financial institutions in Japan and the APAC region, with its initial attention on the Japanese market. The pair will look at tools to allow cross-blockchain tokenized real-world assets. Guys, notice that cross-blockchain, so interoperability, likely with the XRP ledger and others. Tokenized real-world assets such as on-chain bonds, and use Chainlink's technology to give on-chain verification for stablecoin reserves, among other plans. This marks the fourth crypto partnership for SBI Group in a few days after it announced tie-ups with stablecoin issuer Circle, internet group, crypto firm Ripple Labs, and Web3 infrastructure firm Startail on Friday. So, are we worried? I know some people have been worried, but Ripple Van Winkle here bringing this to our attention. Guys, this is just another deal in global finance. What does it mean for XRP? Well, listen to this.
Let's talk about this one, folks. I see the fun already. There's no threat here. This is not a threat. No, SBI didn't ditch Ripple to go with Chainlink. No, Chainlink isn't going to power SBI moving forward for cross-border payments and liquidity. Guess what? This all complements each other. Chainlink, what are they doing here? It's very simple. They're going to be handling your data, interoperability, and tokenization infrastructure. On the other side of things, Ripple, they are focused on payments, liquidity, and settlement. These aren't mutual exclusive lanes here. They're different parts of the same financial stack. Think of it like this. Ripple, they're the payments highway. Chainlink is the oracle and bridge, making sure that traffic moves between the different blockchains and tokenized assets. SBI benefits by having them both. This isn't a threat. Ignore the noise, ignore the fun.
So that is basically just it. I mean, they are going to complement each other, as we've mentioned. And, it's really going to benefit SBI in the long run, which essentially will perpetuate the momentum, I guess, the inertia of crypto technology and crypto adoption becoming more and more prevalent if they are successful with this type of partnership, with this type of symbiotic crypto relationship between Chainlink and Ripple. Ripple Van Winkle also commenting, SBI just dropped a bombshell partnership. Here's the breakdown. So, for context, guys, SBI Group, Japan's financial giant with $200 billion plus in assets. They're Ripple's number one ally in Asia. SBI Remit uses XRP for live corridors. SBI VC Trade has listed XRP. CEO Yoshitaka Kitao has called XRP the global standard, but now comes Chainlink with their deal with SBI. So this focuses on areas of tokenized funds and real-world assets, regulated stablecoins, FX statements with payment versus payment, liquidity and compliance rails for institutions. This is big league infrastructure. What Chainlink brings to SBI, CCIP, cross-chain interoperability and messaging, smart data, fund pricing, data oracles, and proof of reserves, guys, audits and compliance. Translation, Chainlink handles the instructions and data. But here's the key. Chainlink doesn't provide liquidity. It can't route trades. It can prove reserves. It can sync data across chains. But when it actually comes to settling value, that's not Chainlink's role. This is where Ripple and XRP stay critical. SBI Remit already settles payments in XRP. XRP bridges currencies where tokenized cash isn't available. XRP is regulator approved in Japan as crypto assets. Ripple equals liquidity muscle. So think of it this way. Chainlink is the brain. Ripple and XRP is the muscle. SBI, the integrator, combining both in one financial stack. So does it mean that this is a threat to Ripple? Absolutely not. It is just expanding the rails. SBI is hedging smartly, building a multi-rail system. That way, tokenized FX, stablecoins, and RWAs on Chainlink rails can settle in XRP when needed. SBI isn't choosing Chainlink over Ripple, and I think that's an important distinction to make. They're choosing both because the future of finance isn't one rail, it's interoperability plus liquidity. And I also just wanted to mention, too, that Ripple did adopt the Chainlink standard for their stablecoin. This was from back, was this back in, was that January or was that just earlier this month? Anyway, regardless, it was earlier this year. Ripple is now leveraging the Chainlink standard to bring high quality pricing data around the RLUSD stablecoin on chain. RLUSD is an enterprise grade US denominated stablecoin created with trust, utility, and compliance. And Chainlink price feeds are now live, providing a secure, reliable source of RLUSD pricing data on Ethereum mainnet, enabling developers to integrate support for RLUSD into their DeFi applications for use cases such as trading, lending, and more. So there you have it, guys. Ripple and Chainlink have already partnered together even before the SBI announcement. We have nothing to worry about, folks. All we should be concerned about is how high is our XRP going to go, and is the real-world utility going to influence price in the coming months? For more information, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, where I'm analyzing the market, and I'm going to be choosing realistic targets to cash out of my XRP, and not just XRP, my other cryptocurrencies as well. I'm keeping everything transparent and open for you guys to see, so you can follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, if that's something you're interested in. And also, if you guys are interested in, I don't know, maybe the more tangible merchy stuff, you can find all kinds of Working Money Channel merch over there at the Working Money Channel merch store. I am still offering 15% till the end of the month. So if you guys are interested, link is in the description. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.